You've landed on a no sight, no problem YouTube channel. Today we are actually going to show you how to fill and purge your coolant system on a 2020 Polaris RZR Highlifter 1000. This same method applies to pretty much any Polaris or Can-Am you're working on. Today we're going to be putting in engine ice. The radiator has been cleaned, actually taken out of the machine, cleaned with coil clean and my radiator genie. But for those of you who don't know, I am a blind mechanic, and oftentimes people ask me, how do you do this, how do you do that? So I'll show you. I have this cool little hose that I like that actually fits down in that radiator perfectly. So I put it in there like that, so it's tight. Use this funnel here. It's blind man proof. I mean, come on, y'all. If I can do this, y'all certainly should be able to. All right. So this is
Turn it over.
Engine ice. It's a great product. It will make your machines run 20 degrees cooler. And if you like to ride it hard the way we do, it's pretty important, especially here in Florida when it's 100 degrees every day. So anyways, this is how I do it without spilling it. This is why I got this great big funnel. And I hold it up like this with this hand. I'll come up here. I'll pour some in. And then I'll wait and just listen for the bubbles to go through. You can obviously tell when your funnel's empty. See, to prove I'm blind, see, I'm not even looking at it. Not even spilling any. It's kind of amazing. No, just being a smart. So what you want to do is you want to fill this till it will not fill anymore. Take your time with it because you're going to get all kinds of bubbles, as you can hear. And then when this is full, I will go back and crack the 8mm bleeder screw, which I will show you where that is, and you will literally hear air come out of it. Then I will close it. I'll top this off some more, and we'll start it. Let it run 2 heat cycles. That means I'll let the fan come on, let the fan turn off, let the fan come on, let the fan turn off, and then we will drive it a little bit, and check your fluids, and top it off, and you're good to go. You don't need to jack the things up 10 feet in the air looking all like the Three Stooges and shit. Funny guys, if a blind guy can do this, anybody should be able to. Have my trusty assistant here, Miss Pam, as always.
That's me.
My right hand lady. She's working in a doctor's office by day, messing with me at night. Can you hold it up for a minute, please?
Got it.
Thank you. So that was about a half a gallon I put in. It should take almost all of this half here, if not all of it. Now what I do when I switch to the engine ice,
I let go.
thank you. When I switch to the engine ice, what I like to do is flush out my coolant system 2 to 3 times. So I'll drain everything. Drain it out of the motor, drain it out of the radiator, and then I will put distilled water and vinegar through, run it through a couple of heat cycles, drain it, fill it again with vinegar and distilled water, gets all that crap out of the radiator and out of the motor, drain it, and then put your engine ice in there. What's cool about this funnel, why I like it so much, not only is it blind man proof, you can close this funnel. So if you have some left in there, you can close it, pull your hose out of the radiator, put the rest back in your bottle without wasting it. or getting it on the ground so the animals don't drink it.
But isn't engine ice safe?
I don't know if this stuff is or not. I know the Dutch Cool is.
I read it was safe for everybody.
Well, you're an animal. You want to take a drink?
You're so not funny.
Shit's too expensive to be wasted.
So what are you doing now?
Filter back in the top of the bottle and the there we go. The ring for the cap and everything.
Got you.
Let's see.
So being half full like that is enough overflow?
Yeah, because I mean I know you can't see the bottle, but if you remember, the radiator has been relocated.
Right.
But that should be where right now it should be where it says full cold. Well, obviously you can't see that, so yeah, half is typically okay. So what I do is come back here before I even start it. Take my ratchet. I don't know if you can hear it, but let's see. Listen to all that air. Hear that?
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
I heard it.
Let's tighten that back up. Now when I start it, I let the ratchet just sit there because it's me being blind. I don't want to try to feel for the bleeder screw over this hot exhaust because it will burn you. Another trick I'll show you guys too. Watch it late for 1 second. What I did, this inspection cover, I got tired of losing it in the water, so I drilled a hole here, here, put the zip ties in there, so when we go into deep water, if anything, it just floats. Pretty cool, huh? All right, so you heard the air bleed back there, so now I'm going to put a little more coolant in here. What I like to do before I even start the machine is put as much coolant in here as humanly possible. It just makes things a lot easier. And I just go by sound and feel. That's all. Start it. So we can run some heat cycles through it. Each side of the radiator, and again you're feeling for equal heat, and that's how you can gauge if it's running hot or not, or if you need to bleed it or when or not to. Just topping off the.
Oh, I didn't take the lid off.
We're just topping off the coolant or overflow bottle. We had to stop last night because a storm came in, and I don't like to be outside in lightning.
That's about half, maybe a little bit less.
That's fine, because really it should be about when it's cold. It's usually about a quarter. Radiator sucked off. Down in there so the blind guy doesn't spill it.
You always say because you're blind you spill stuff, but I'll tell you, there are sighted people that can spill a lot and they can see. So, just saying, it's not just a blind thing.
No, but okay, cool. That means I think we're good. Okay guys, here's a quick recap of what we did today. When changing over to engine ice, which by the way I highly recommend, here are the proper steps. And also, these are the proper steps for bleeding out your RZR XP1000's engine coolant system. And for the record, you don't have to jack it up 10 feet in the air and look like a clown. Anyways, to begin the process, drain out all of your old antifreeze and refill it with vinegar and distilled water. Run it until it gets up to operating temperature. Drain the vinegar and distilled water out. Repeat the process. Fill it again with distilled water and vinegar. Let it run until it gets up to operating temperature, and then drain the system. At that point, it should come out clear, and that should flush out everything in your coolant system. Next, if you're going to use engine ice and or antifreeze, whichever you prefer, fill the radiator until you hear no more air bubbles, until it's actually full. Do the same thing with your engine coolant bottle. Put the cap back on the radiator, put the cap back on the engine coolant bottle. Between the seats, you will notice there's an access panel. Remove that, and you will see an 8mm bleeder screw right above your header pipe. Get yourself a socket ready. Start up your car. Let it run until it gets up to operating temperature. Loosen the bleeder screw until you see a steady stream of coolant coming out. Let the fan run through 2 heat cycles. That means let the fan come on and turn itself off twice. Watch your temperature gauge. Make sure it stays in the normal ranges. Turn the vehicle off. Let everything cool down. And check all fluids. If they're low, repeat the process again. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Enjoy your ride. Stay safe. And remember, make sure you smash that notification, like, subscribe bell. And stay tuned for upcoming videos. Remember, if a blind guy can do it, you surely can do it. Until next time, we will freaking see you later.